Look at the modern business environment. Leaders are constantly bombarded with pitches for new AI tools, custom apps, and automated agents. The problem isn't a shortage of available technology. The actual problem is a complete lack of clarity on where any of this software fits into your specific operation. This creates a cycle of AI FOMO. To keep up, companies panic buy complex project management software or massive enterprise platforms, hoping the tech will magically organize their chaos. Throwing random software at the AI dilemma leads to dead ends, abandoned tech, and wasted capital. The critical shift is moving away from this chaotic approach. The real question isn't, should we use AI? It's exactly, where does AI actually fit into our current bottleneck? Buying software before diagnosing the specific problem guarantees a failed implementation. You need a targeted, problem-first diagnostic approach to map out exactly what needs fixing. That is why we use the B.O.S.S. Improve Framework. It is a structured methodology designed to pull businesses out of AI confusion and into practical, localized implementation. The first step is to baseline your real problem. Then, organize the people, data, workflows, and decision points needed to address it. Once organized, you systemize the correct solution, and finally sustain the improvement so the process works and doesn't degrade over time. We are going to use this framework right now to map out the exact tier of implementation your business requires, based entirely on the immediate bottlenecks you feel today. Following this exact sequence prevents you from investing heavily in broad infrastructure before you have actually solved the immediate bleeding neck issues on your front lines. This matrix outlines our options. We start on the left with Path 1, Immediate Triage. This is for businesses dealing with overflowing inboxes and missed phone calls. To fix the inbox, we use Email B.O.S.S. It acts as an out-of-the-box assistant for Gmail or Outlook that summarizes attachments, drafts personalized replies, organizes important messages, and turns emails into scheduled follow-ups. If the bottleneck is missed phone calls, you deploy Lucy AI. Lucy answers basic questions, captures intake information, qualifies callers, and routes the next step using your approved business process. Deploying these specific tools provides instantaneous relief from daily administrative drag. You get the breathing room you need without having to pause your operations for a massive company-wide overhaul. There are strict trade-offs. Lucy will require some light setup to match your phone scripts and routing rules, and it is crucial to understand that neither of these tools will fix a broken back-end business process. Immediate triage is strictly about stopping the bleeding on the front lines. It buys the business owner enough time and mental bandwidth to step back and evaluate those larger structural issues. Sometimes the friction goes far beyond basic communication. You might be dealing with disconnected internal systems, the need for complex automation planning, or deploying custom AI agents across multiple departments. Returning to our matrix, the center column is Path 2, Guided Systemization. This is the B.O.S.S. consulting tier, functioning as a done-for-you intervention. The input required here is hiring our external team of experts to evaluate your workflow, design practical business processes, and deploy those custom automations for you. The outcome is that higher scope processes are fully systemized to fit your specific business model, allowing you to completely bypass the friction of internal trial and error. This path requires a larger financial investment. It also demands a willingness to temporarily slow down your daily operations so external experts can accurately baseline and organize messy internal data. Guided systemization is the mandatory choice for companies that have the budget to scale, but lack the internal technical expertise to safely evaluate and implement AI themselves. You may want to own this systemization process permanently, rather than relying on external consultants indefinitely. That brings us to the final column on the matrix, internal capability, accessed through our 1-day or 3-day B.O.S.S. training programs. The training is explicitly designed to equip your internal teams, affiliates, or independent consultants with the ability to evaluate, organize, systemize, and sustain improvement work on their own. Once the team understands the methodology, they can utilize the B.O.S.S. Project Manager software. It is not a first-step purchase, but the underlying engine used strictly after the training is complete. The software takes those abstract evaluations and turns them into concrete tasks, milestones, client-ready outputs, and strict operational discipline. The trade-off is significant. This path demands the highest upfront investment of time and human bandwidth, and it requires intense discipline from your internal teams to maintain. Pushing this powerful project management software onto a team before they undergo B.O.S. training guarantees adoption failure. Internal tools only generate a return on investment when the team operating them has completely mastered the methodology of process improvement first. Trust with technology is built through small, strategic wins, not sweeping, blind software purchases. We can map these decisions directly to your current role using this profile match scorecard. If you are an overwhelmed solo operator or frontline manager drowning in daily tasks, your immediate constraint is time. You must start with Email B.O.S. or Lucy AI to clear the bottleneck. If you are a scaling leader with a messy operation, available budget, and no internal tech integrator, do not attempt a do-it-yourself software rollout. You must utilize B.O.S. Consulting. If you are an internal operations director or an independent consultant looking to deploy systems for your own clients, your priority is methodology. You must start with B.O.S. training. In none of these starting scenarios do you blindly purchase project management software on day one. Correctly identifying your operational constraint eliminates the fear of missing out on AI trends, and it directs your capital exactly where it will yield an actual return on investment. We need to be clear about the nature of automation. The perfectly autonomous business is a myth. As you build a structured workspace like this one, remember that AI does not magically replace your staff. It does not operate flawlessly without oversight, and it does not provide risk-free security right out of the box. Long-term success is dictated purely by human review, strict implementation discipline, and ongoing sustainment of the processes you build. Never start with the software. Always start with the problem. Select your single greatest operational bottleneck today, start simple, and use the B.O.S. framework to methodically systematize the solution.